Alright, welcome back to Operencia, the Stolen Sun playthrough. Alright, let's get back to the dungeon we ended up in.
There, you see? A key and some other goods as well. We should equip those.
Ooh, I got some stuff here. Active quest. Find the first tower. The 9 fair maidens, and I guess the first 3 in the first tower. Nine fair maidens from King Vakar's realm have been captured and imprisoned in the sunken castle. So what if Vakar is reviled by his people, his women are innocent, and he's offering a handsome reward which he will likely try to cheat you out of, but that's not why you're here anyway. Lead on adventure, your quest awaits. Interesting.
Yoshika, are you writing?
So what if I am?
Nothing. It's just you don't really strike me as the writing type.
You don't really strike me as the writing type either. And it appears that only one of us is right about the other.
Fair enough. So tell me, what do you write about? Your innermost feelings?
Oh please. It's more about the people, places, and things I encounter throughout my travels. I need something to take my mind off of all this madness around us.
So you logged the madness in your journal?
I have more control of it there. Would you like to read it? I have nothing to hide.
Looking to double the size of your audience, I see.
Ha! I suppose so.
Alright, the 3 worlds. An upper world, a middle world, and an underworld. With such a basic knowledge, I don't know why I'm even writing it down. I must be really bored. Let's start with what the storybook tells us is known as the middle world. That is the very land I'm standing on. Operencia. We humans live here and we tolerate, sometimes eat all of the other mortal creatures surrounding us. Some suggest the really annoying ones, the mosquitoes, the gnats, and all the creepy crawlers aren't actually from around here, they come from below. And that below is known simply as the underworld. Hellish landscape of general unpleasantness, and where all the worst souls of the dead retreat to live on. Do you suppose a monster born there, be it a dragon, a succubus, maybe the devil, or Doc himself, are actually miserable? If it's all you know as you grow, what's the bar between misery and happiness? I'll ask a succubus if I ever see one, I guess. Finally, there's an upper world, which most of us Operencians simply refer to as the land of the gods. Go figure, it's a land where the gods live. Sometimes our folklore could use a little more creativity with its naming. If we are good down here, our souls will end up there once we die. Whether they find their way to the gold forest, the silver forest, the copper forest, somewhere else entirely, I have no idea. I would get into who all the gods are, but that would suggest I'm sure they even exist to begin with. Do I even believe there's something above us and below us and that we are stuck in the middle of it all? Common sense inclines me not to, but then again, I've been around enough to suspect that not everything out of the ordinary I see in Operencia actually originated here. Fighting a dragon as a young man will do that to you, and that's all scared the hell out of me. I might rather be in the middle of nothing. Oh, Jokas. My name is Joka and I'm a thief. There any who reads this, possibly long after my own death, know right away that I believe in the honest approach, unless I'm actually stealing from you, in which case I likely lie to your face. I do feel mighty terrible about it, but once again I remind you, Chief, I lived most of my adult life on the road ever since my otherwise respectable family all but disowned me. Been a long journey full of interesting friends, enemies, and friends who became enemies. Funny how it never works the other way around. But as I grow older, I do feel the need to steal my last gold piece and settle down somewhere. Which brings us to King Vaker's reward. As I write this, still nursing a massive headache from an old man who had the gall to attack me, I fight through each rotting hallway in the God's forsaken place in the hope that the Baker actually pays what I'm promised once. What I am promised once I have rescued all the 9 lovely ladies held captive here, but I am preparing for the letdown if I don't die first. Amulet of Zotmond. No pesky impeccable castle body of water is going to stand in my way now. I told myself that going through the hell for the Amulet of Zotmond, at least until the old ranger came along. Really, when is he ever going to need to rip a lake in half? He's going to die soon. It is possible the old man respects its history as I do. Does he even know where it comes from? The stories vary, but I like to think it actually does possess the soul of Zotmund, a knight known long ago for his legendary swimming ability. It is said that his king tasked him with drilling holes into enemy ships as he held his breath for minutes at a time, which of course resulted in the quiet sinking of the entire fleet. Other than that, it's actually quite ugly as amulets go. I'll be more descriptive if I still possess the damn thing. Ooh. All the dialogue is also stored here. Very interesting. I get some additional information. There's a guide. Got the inventory here. And I got characters, okay. Talent trees, oh interesting. Active skills. Alright, so there's a sling I can equip, okay. Alright, very interesting.
Why would anyone lock this place up? There's nothing here but water. On the ceiling.
And in the hallways. Don't look at me. I don't have that key.
Alright, let's see, what can we do? Oh, simple attack, range attack, heal. Guess we have to do simple attack. Okay, we got lucky. Both of them missed. Ah, we got hit. Oh, he's using flail, which is
How rude of me. I never caught your name.
There, nice.
Anything worth stealing?
Well, that's a new one.
If the legends are true, these were men once. Transformed by the curse that sank this stronghold. Condemned to serve King Brack until death.
And I suppose this King Breck wants us dead.
Him, the dragon. Does it matter who, really?
Dragon?
Yeah, that dragon.
Let's find a safe place to rest and we'll talk. Stay quiet for now. We may attract more Zoldyck.
Or worse.
Oh, so this was not underwater section. Thankfully, this was just all above water. Okay.
Have fun trying to open that without the right key.
Locked. And we don't have the right key.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem. Constantly.
Don't look at me. I don't have that key.
Alright. We can use a campfire to rest. Well, before we rest.
Over there in the corner. That wood is just begging for us to burn it.
Alright. So we need firewood to deal with this stuff, okay.
The companions took time to rest, equip themselves, and chat. Yoshka told of his true reason for being there.
King Vokard is a tyrant at a ball, but he does offer a nice reward. 9 wives of his finest soldiers have been kidnapped, now slaves to King Breck in this very castle. Many knights, including said 9 fine soldiers, have been sent to rescue them. Guess how many have returned?
None?
None. You can tell Vakar is really desperate if he resorts to the likes of me for such things. I heard a rumor he's down to 1 young knight, and you know none of this.
I know it sounds crazy, but I'm literally following my dreams.
Yoshka listened to his new associate's tale with a mix of great interest and charmed disbelief.
Alright.
So a deer showed up in your dream, and it led you here,
Well, I did have the dream several times.
and you just walked on into a sunken castle not knowing what to expect because a deer in your dreams told you to come here, yet evil frogmen surprise you.
When you put it that way.
As they encountered their first trial, the companions marveled at the intricate system of levers and gated pitfalls. Surely the work of a madman. It felt right at home in this cursed place.
Who builds a castle with gated pitfalls in the ground?
An ancient tactic to confine groups of prisoners and creatures to specific areas.
You seem pretty familiar.
You could say that.
Ah, very interesting. How do I open that?
Whoa, stop!
Ah. If I go down. Alright. Oh, we can equip a helmet. But we can't walk diagonally.
Hey, look at that. The one who follows a deer to certain doom actually has a brain in their head.
Are you here to save us?
Oh, I guess we found somebody. A ranger there too, okay.
Oh, that one seems so nice.
I missed. Alright, the poison took him.
here to save us?
I see. His spells and potions during exploration. Sunken Castle of the Lake of Anna. No matter what reward, no man in his right mind would ever enter the forsaken sunken castle of King Brek. But hey, I'm Yoska. That's never stopped me before. I remember hearing the news of what happened here some 20 years ago. Really quite unbelievable, but then again, here I am within its walls writing this. Funny how battling a sword-wielding, man-sized frog had a tendency to add validity to things. Were two rich rival brothers, Brek and Varg, both building their own castles and declaring themselves kings. They both built impressive armies. Their biggest war was one upmanship. Continuing to build onto his castle on the lake was one of the Brek's ways of accomplishing this. While Brek was improving his castle, he called upon the stonemason's guild to make some additions. Have we then to thank for some of the castle's eccentricities? Perhaps, but I feel there is something more. Part of me wonders if they actually conspired with King Varag, who one day boasted to Brek that he had managed to curse this place. He said all it would take was the tears of a young maiden to submerge the castle into the lake. Brek called what he perceived to be lake's Bakar's bluff as one of his own peace offering. It did not take long for him to summon all of the young women in Bakar's kingdom to celebration that would represent a truce between the two kingdoms. Vakar blushed but opted to stay home, still encouraging any of in his kingdom to attend should they feel so inclined. The celebration dinner was delicious and full of great cheer, but then came time for a special surprise. The order of all guests, Brek chose the 12 most beautiful female guests to be attached to his carriage as though they were horses, forced to guide his carriage through the castle gates into Vakar's kingdom of sign of superiority. "You think this will make them cry?" was what he instructed all who returned to Vakar to tell him. However, the horse maidens never made it past the drawbridge. Unable to move the carriage very far at all, the girls were whipped and abused as the Brek frustration mounted. One of them, Anna, finally cried, prompting the curse promised by Vakar to take effect. As the castle sank, all victims turned to swans and swam safely to the shore. Anyone still alive either committed suicide. That explains all the skeletons strewn about the place, or turned into Zoldyck warriors. I'm not sure what this meant for Brek. I suppose I'll find out soon. Zoldyck, ever since the castle sank 20 years ago, I heard the silly legend of King Brek's soldiers turning into frog warriors. How did it happen? I never believed it until now, for there is no denying Zoldyck warriors are real. Yet they seem to have lost all sense of humanity. Can they even communicate? But at the same time, it's quite remarkable what capable fighters they remain. I wager they're even more deadly than they were as humans. The smell alone is worth 10 stabs from a saber. Arrgh.
Could you help us?
I'll try to get around to it. Well, that was a silly idea. How do I open the doors?
You're the first ones not to die fighting those frogmen. Thank you. That key should help you too.
The way out is clear. You should be able to exit through the front.
We won't forget this. I promise.
6 more till riches. Come on.
I guess we can rest.
How did this castle sink? Is it actually cursed?
So they say. It's a long story. Feel free to shut me up if you just want to move on with things. I won't mind.
Happily.
Can't say I blame you. Anyway, before King Vakar ruled these lands, he had a rival king. His brother, King Brak. Welcome to his castle.
It's lovely.
Though both kings built impressive armies, their biggest war was one-upmanship. Brak was constantly adding on to his castle. He even had the legendary Stonemasons Guild contribute a few times. A couple of years into their pissing match, just about 2 decades ago, Vakar told Brak he had managed to curse this place, and all it would take were the tears of a young maiden to submerge the castle into the lake.
Turning all his warriors to Zoldyck as well, I presume. That's some curse.
Exactly. Brak thought Vakar was bluffing though. I mean, really, wouldn't you? So he decided to pull a bluff of his own. A peace proposal. A farce of a celebration took place at this very castle, with many from Vakar's kingdom in attendance as well. Vakar himself chose to stay home, however. A wise decision.
That party must not have ended well.
Brak ordered everyone there from Vakar's kingdom head home with a message that he had seized the kingdom's 12 most beautiful young women to serve him as horses with his chariot. Do you think this will make them cry? Was what he instructed all who returned to Vakar to tell him. But sadly, Vakar had not bluffed. Brak locked the young women's faces to mouthpieces designed for mighty steeds, whipped them, and ordered them forward. The first tear was shed just a few steps ahead. The lake around you is now known as the Lake of Honor in the Cry's name. Depending on whom you ask, the effect was immediate or took days. But you're looking at the ultimate result of it right now.
I hope the innocent survived.
They did. In fact, I heard Anna took the opportunity to leave the kingdom for good. Vakar is no saint when it comes to his own people either. Some even suggest the 12 women escaped by transforming into swans, until they peacefully swam back to shore.
Well, you didn't just make that all up on the spot, did you?
Oh, please. Alas, not even I am that clever.
Alright, we're gonna rest.
I hope you don't think this is the beginning of some kind of legendary friendship. Soon as we get paid, I'm off.
Well, you're the one welcoming me to this partnership, remember?
Touché.
Ooh, skeleton. Damn it. I don't know if poison will work on a skeleton. I'll try. Yeah, he is immune to that. Well, figures. Immune to fire? Oh, he's not immune to fire. Good. Alright, got him. Oh, our range attacks are not that great. Hopefully his range attack is better. Well, slightly. There, good. Nice. Ah, good.
Skeletons that fight like men. Maybe even better than men.
Skeleton Knights. Many brave knights risk their own lives in the Forsaken Fortress before the mighty bravery of Yosuke and the kid, but where are the bodies? I think I know. I think we've been fighting them. As part of the crew that sunk this place to begin with, part of the curse that sunk this place to begin with, I'm willing to bet some wicked necromancy was attached, as in the kind that resurrects any potential rescuers of the castle's captives and resurrects them as a new obstacles to anyone actually being rescued. Yet they still retain their skills as fighters, it seems. Oh, I'm so glad they all appear to be fallen knights too. No fighting skills inherent there. Ooh, another one.
Who wants to see a magic show?
Oh, I have to hit him now. There. Good. Only one left.
Nothing quite like a real battle.
I've never seen such advanced necromancy in play. Fallen knights, perhaps.
Coverage level 2, maximum HP increases with each new level. gained, and skills and spells were slightly stronger. Besides this, you can spend a talent point and 3 attributes points on any character who have gained a level. Talent points. Poison damage bonus. Okay, I see. Easy shot. I'll take this somersault, seems to be pretty interesting. Good. Take freezing cold as a okay, or what I can do. Add extra fire damage bonus. Yes. Attributes, okay. Spend some attribute points on things. I'm gonna add vigor because that's definitely something that I need. So for him, the thief, yeah, they usually have more agility or something. There. The chest there. Another chest. Oh, that's how I got firewood now. Very interesting.
What? No keyhole?
Haven't you learnt yet? Nothing's that simple in this place. Let's take a closer look at that contraption.
Memo from guard. Waits, who locks the door with weights. The 3 are needed. I have 1. Where have I not checked? The southern corridor, the western tower, they must be there. After King Bragg's grand celebration, I shall explore those areas. It'll be a day to remember. Damn it, was trying to surprise me. Yeah. 2 somersaults. Oh, that was pretty effective. Oh, I missed. There we
Anything
go.
worth stealing?
Alright, let's equip. Damn it. There. 1 down. Come on. Down. Yes. Got him. Let's do this.
Well, I take it that seeing all those bars in the dungeon brought back some bad memories for you.
Yes. Adding in the lovely stench of rotting frog carcasses.
Well, this whole place smells like rotting frog carcasses.
True. I know. It's an honor to fight me.
There. 1 down. Damn it, we missed. Damn it, I should have did the range attack. Good.
Next time, let's go for the sneak attack.
Something about this door looked promising. Did it lead to more prisoners? Certain doom? Perhaps both.
Damn it.
All my those tricks, such a mistake.
Gotta generate some of that energy. Actually, let's knock him. There we go.
How rude of me. I never caught your name.
There's no spell powerful enough to clean up this mess. Over there. Did you see that? I thought dragons were fiction. Do you think we'll actually end up face to face with one?
They say that the dragon is actually King Breck's pet. There's a little more to it than that.
I sense another story coming.
Much more personal this time. You see, that dragon is Breck's prisoner because of me. I saved his daughter from it myself. What, you don't believe me?
Not for a second.
It's true. Well, my 3 brothers helped. Last time I ever saw them. Probably 30 years ago.
False sentimentality doesn't make it any more believable, Yoshka.
A huntsman, a tailor, an astronomer, and a thief. Guess which brother impressed his father the least?
The lying one?
Huh. Not this time. We combined our skills to free the princess from the dragon. I never felt so close to them. We thought we had killed the damn thing. But alas, Breck felt compelled to nurse it back to health and keep it locked beside his throne room. Breck promised us each great lands in his kingdom as a reward. Funny how he never followed through there. He certainly had plenty of time to. Before becoming a frog, I mean.
I'll play along. What became of your brothers?
It's more a matter of what became of me. My reputation as a thief was harming them. They disowned me.
I'd say you've got me now. But you haven't earned that yet.
Well, who says I'd want to, dear dreamer?
Right, we go rest.
We've been here before. On the other side of this rubble.
I wonder what caused this part to collapse. Oh, that.
Alright, let's see, we can re-equip them now. Grab a sword. you better vigor. I can put a rusted dagger in my second hand. Alright, we got into the second tower.
What odd statues?
It's the glowing eyes in particular that would haunt my nightmares.
Yes, we managed to understand.
I'd say keep it down, but I just want you dead.
Ooh, missed. Fine, we gotta kill this guy and then kill this guy. Oh, watch out. There. That did. Keep pressing that thing. Alright.
We know where this goes. Let's drop it off soon. It literally exists just to be heavy.
I thought you said you didn't want to go back into the dungeon.
I did, but go, probably.
Yes, probably.
Locked. And we don't have the right key.
There. Oh, wrong direction. Those things are suspended here somehow. Those are the animals. A mouse, a squirrel, and what looks like to be bear? Or bigger mouse?
Well, that's one way to unlock a door.
This castle sure had one hell of a locksmith.
Who are you?
Something about squirrels and I don't know if it's a bear or
It's
what.
been so long.
Hamster maybe. Forward.
Yet another deranged locking mechanism.
I have a feeling this will unlock more than just the prison doors.
Oh. All right.
Thank you. We know the way out.
That's 6 beautiful women we freed, and 6 beautiful women to head out the door right away. Story of my life.
I'd say maybe one of the 3 we have left to save would be different. But I wouldn't want to get your hopes up.
How kind.
3 more to go. They continued the search.
This is already more profitable than the last time I put my life on the line. Rescue missions, where have you been all my life?
Alright, let's see. Strength. Oh, we don't need strength for this guy. This guy needs strength. He's the one who uses it. Do optimize all. What that would do. It's similar to what? The swords did change. There was the way they were allocated. Okay. I wonder if we can open this. Yes. Damn it! Did an
Calling my
ambush?
skull's tricks is such a disservice.
No, I don't think it's an ambush yet.
Oh, that one seemed so nice.
There.
How rude of me. I never caught your name.
Nice descriptions also for the items, like got some firewood. Party. Alright, so some gold. So far we haven't had the chance to spend it on anything. Oh, it's the first time there's a statue. Yes, we ambushed him. Okay, good. Good, one down. Another one down. That's gonna take a while. Maybe not.
You could use a resurrection spell now.
Let's see. Got ourselves a mace, huh?
Did you hear that? What kind of key fits this lock?
Yeah, I'll have that kind of key.
They entered the wine cellar.
And here we are, the greatest treasure room of this castle.
Yet enjoying any of its contents will slow your reflexes, leading to certain doom nearby.
Must you ruin everything? This castle continues to educate me on new methods of opening doors.
I did not even expect that.
If anyone does want access to wine here, they sure do have to earn it.
Ooh, is
I'd
that
say
a...
keep your guard up, but I just want you dead.
There, one down.
Next time, let's go for the sneak attack.
Nice, I think we leveled up. Energy costs lower, or we can get the freezing cold in. Let's get the freezing cold while we're here. As for you, maybe an easy shot will also be added. Doing pretty well in melee. Bit more energy so that he can do more of his attacks. We'll add a bit more wisdom. Alright, that goes up. That goes nowhere.
As they left the wine cellar, they agreed on one thing. There may actually be one room worth returning to in this cursed place once this is all done.
Not getting across this pool, are we? What was that you said about the skeletons being fallen knights?
The best I can come up with is that we're fighting off the rescuers. When they died here, the curse turned them into skeleton warriors.
How did anyone even get down here without your magic amulet to open the way?
Do me a favor, would you? Stop worrying about anything making sense.
No surprise that we opened the door somewhere else entirely.
Any ideas on how to get through this one?
I did not want to do this. It is done. Now, whom shall I punish?
We're not going in there, are we?
I see no other way.
Well, I guess that's the end of those earthquakes.
What could have done this?
Not what. Who? And the answer? Me.
Alright, I guess I have to be.
The bigger they are, the more they can talk.
You're no mere soldier, are you?
What gave it away? This inescapable throne room?
You truly are too large to leave this room, aren't you?
A curse upon a curse that the prisoners you freed would have lifted.
Through human sacrifice, no doubt. How trite.
The Captain Dragon has been my only company for 20 years. And you forced me to kill him.
Don't worry. We'll be back together soon.
Okay, gonna heal. Self, okay. I thought I was up to health. I'm not sure how did I lose that. Okay, so let's see. We can poison him. Let's do that. He's immune? No? He's not. He can take damage. Okay, somersault. Oh, he evaded that. Okay, let's see. I've wasted all my usual stuff, so don't go physical attacks. I can still scare the guy. Scared. Seems to be immune though. We got heal from a story guy. Put the frost on him, and this one gonna poison the guy. Okay. Then I'm gonna burn him. Good. that's a bad one. Okay, I'm gonna rest this one, get him back some initiative.
Let's go for the sneak attack.
Ooh, we got spear, a little jerkin, nice.
I expected more of a challenge from a dragon slayer.
So, anyone hungry for frog's legs? For the next 5 years?
Yoshka could not believe his eyes when he gazed upon the rare treasure dropped by King Breck.
The Vial of Light was designed to see beyond the sight of man. Breck must have carried this for a reason. But how to fill it?
Oh, this is the main entrance that we've been at. I mean, you should rest. heading in the right direction. There. At the same time, we haven't looked at the actual stuff that we managed to get ourselves. I would take the tunic better. Okay, we don't have some strength to handle a spear. Alright, we got that one.
Calling my spells tricks is such a disservice.
Out there. I heal that guy. Deal damage to this one's almost done. We missed. Damn it. We actually get him.
This should be the last tower. You ready?
Is anyone ever truly ready to face what this castle has to offer?
Sounds like your dream, dear, was a little vague on the specifics.
Alright, this guy's dead. This guy's dead. Alright.
You could use a resurrection spell now.
Maybe we'll get level up. Nope. Nope, we didn't. We've used the level up though.
We could trap some light in our vial from this light spring. Let's see what happens from there.
Alright, number one, let's see. Get talent points, attribute points, level ups, experience points. Okay, that we kind of figured out. Artifact. Vial of light. The vial of light can be filled in light springs for short periods of time. Hidden runes. When vial of light is active, you may notice nearby items or runes which are otherwise hidden from an eye. Okay.
They magically seal the doors.
Well, would you look at that? A magic room. Half my share of the reward says it helps us unlock those doors.
We are so hungry.
Ah, purity. A foreign concept to one such as myself.
Oh, the longer we walk around, the
Innocence. Whoever designed these room keys was absolutely not thinking of me at the time.
oh, I see. If I collect the reward, the section ends. Okay, so then Very interesting. Can use this minor spell book which will give me more damage capabilities. I'll do that. That will just give me a bit more of a strength, agility, everything else. Go on. Lightning damage. I'll take this. Not having that much of a problem is in terms of the cost of things. Okay, it reduces energy cost of the Sphinx. Yes, let's do that. I'll add him a bit more strength to him, and this guy is gonna get. Maybe add a bit agility. Good. Must be a way to get that head of the statue. Clearly not here. I was just wondering if I can find it. Okay. So in the wrong direction. What people are saying, just looked it up, is that not all the hidden areas can be unlocked immediately. Some stuff you have to come back later on and bring stuff over. So okay, that explains why I don't see the head. the statue here anywhere.
Beautiful. Now that's something I can relate to.
I thought I was gonna rot in that cage. Thank you. Can we follow you out?
Of course. Wow. We did it, didn't we, Yoshka?
Indeed. How does it feel to be a bona fide hero?
It's not heroics, it's just what I was meant to do.
Oh, then you won't mind if I take all the reward then, will you?
Ah.
The duo exited the castle in triumph, but it was not long before a young knight crossed their path. Out of breath, Mezei greeted the companions with delight, but not without a great sense of urgency.
Word has already spread of your deeds. The young mage and the bandit. I come before you great heroes with a desperate plea.
There's only one hero for you to thank this fine evening, and it's not me.
Evening? Alas, sunrise was 4 hours ago. If you can call it that.
Impossible.
While you faced the evil forces below, a new darkness fell upon the land. A literal darkness. It seems the sun has vanished.
Like he said, impossible. Unless there's a healthy sum of gold involved in whatever you ask of us, of course. Then I'm up for hearing you out.
There is.
Just one question. You with me, hero?
No. You are with me.
Haha.
What exactly would you have us do, Meze?
Find the sun.
I'm sorry. What?
Find the sun? The king has apparently misplaced it.
You have the full support of the royal army, which, after so many failed attempts at freeing the prisoners, is now me.
Well,
Oh,
how
great.
reassuring. But I must ask, how do we find the sun?
I don't know, but I do know someone who might. We must head to the Great Forest.
In daylight, the Great Forest invites all with lush scenery and friendly animals. But when darkness falls, that is when thrive the creatures of the night. And with no sun to stop them, they've never been more active. They've never been hungrier.
Alright, take a deep breath and enjoy the woodland scent of the great forest. There's nothing else quite like it. Throughout all Operencia. It's too bad it's also the only thing not out to kill you.
As they entered the forest, Mezei spoke more of the person whom they sought, the Merchant of the Woods.
A traveling Taltos once told me he has the best weapons in the land, and the most knowledge.
A Taltush?
You really don't leave your home much, do you? Daltosh are slaves to the old faith. The only thing crazier than their outlandish attire is their belief they have magical powers.
Meze, we have come a very long way and the path ahead of us is extremely dangerous. Are you sure about this?
It's the best lead we have.
That's good enough for me. Let's go.
Hey,
You
he
hear
just
those
wait
bugs all
directions.
around us? I'll bet they're almost as big as we are.
Let's hope you're wrong.
Can he wield a spear? Yes, he can. If he can wield a spear. Then just to optimize all. There. Then we can give him. Oh, he wields a spear. Doesn't wield anything else. So to find the house of a merchant of the forest. Vial of light. The vial of light looks more like a vial of nothingness without the help of once princess legendary light spring. It once belonged to a princess who could see everything in the land at all times. The power became too much for her to bear after seeing such oppression throughout Operencia the remainder of the day. Eventually, her father found a magic-wielding Daltos who sequestered the power into otherwise an unremarkable vial sitting in her room. That's where the light spring came into play. By touching the vial of light to the light spring, anyone wielding it is blessed beside beyond that of normal human beings. They won't see all of Operencia as tortured the princess, but still enough to see things invisible to naked eye for a limited time. The light spring themselves are an interesting story. I'm not sure but believe it said that the Sun King once fought a battle so grand that his mask shattered into many pieces. No one could touch as they fall in pieces, so glass fixtures were constructed around each piece to secure the light. Wonder how did King Brek came upon a vial of light, a gift from whatever royal house possessed it after the original owner passed away. I would ask him but he croaked. Aha. 9 widows. A short time after leaving the castle, we were joined by the 9 beautiful young women we freed during our little underworld adventure. The story is fascinating. Not only did they corroborate Breg's claim that they were to be sacrificed in an attempt to change him back to human form, but they also had once been married, every single one of them. This shocked me, but it gets stranger. They were also all widows formerly married to Vakar's very 9 knights who sank along with the castle. Those 9 warriors did not become Zoldycks. They died and became the first skeleton warriors of the castle. We probably killed them along the way. And I'm not done yet. Somehow Brek was able to control them and fly in Vakar's curse, I suppose, and he ordered them to raid his brother's kingdom, returning with sacrifices. Whom did they choose? Their wives, that's who. Yes, every single captive was rescued. We rescued was the widow of the skeleton warrior. How creepy is that? And I feel wretched for assuming them all to be virgins. Kudos to the cursed creator for his penchant for avoiding cliches. Aladar, the dragon of the sunken castle. In many years, old friend, I guess this time you're finally really dead. King Brek says you've been his only companion for the last 20 years. I can only imagine what that's been like for you, sequestered in your own cage of room for even longer than that, until the dear dreamer and I just happened to flip the wrong switch. But you and I go back even further than that, don't we, Aladar? Yes, that was your name, the name of the dragon that the 4 brothers teamed up to defeat probably 30 years ago. One of the said brothers being me, of course, the other a huntsman, a tailor, and an astronomer. Somehow all of our unique skills, yes, even mine as a thief, joined together to free the princess of this castle and wonder what's happened to her. Had my brothers and I been more in tune with what we now know of dragons, we may have been less inclined to act as we did. We had no idea that the dragon's strength in Operencia was directly related to how long it has been since turning to the underworld. Only after a certain amount of time away from its homeland, I still know how long can a dragon actually be defeated without the sword of Attila anyway. Alas, Aladar, you have been gone long enough to lose a fight, but not so long as to die. Then King Brek took you in as a prize. Thieving my brothers and I of prize we deserve, and well, here we are. It's a shame, really. To this day, I still don't know of any actual harm you caused to Operencia, save falling in love with a princess. I would love to have shared some actual words with you before your death at the hands of a deranged frog king. Those very same, very well-timed castle shakes too, I might add. Very dramatic. Alright. And I think that's it for today.